चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधाकृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिका कान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। So we all can chant 10 times Hare Krishna Mahamantram together. You know this mantra? Can you show? Here itself. So one time we will teach you. So from that we can. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. You can see and read. Okay. We can start 10 times. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंदा। So we will start with the 2.30 Bhagavad Gita 2.30 sloka today. We are going to see. So this is actually the conclusion sloka from 2.11 to 2.30. So Krishna gives jnana about the soul and the body to Arjuna. So from 2.11, first we will read the only translation part. So we will understand, okay, what's the difference between body and the soul, and then we will go to 2.30. Okay. So can you read 2.11 translation, and then you can read 2.12 translation, and Madhuri can read. Wait, sorry Deepa, I forgot you. You will start. 2.11 translation. 2.11 translation. Only translation we will read, because 2.30 is conclusion sloka of 2.11 to 2.30. So it will be nice if we can go through this. Here Krishna gives jnana about the soul and the body to Arjuna.
Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning for what is not what ought to be. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead.
You can start second. Next. 2.12 translation.
Never was there a time when I did not exist, nor you not all these things, nor in the future shall any of us cease to be.
2.13.
As the embodied soul continuously passes in this body form from bodyhood to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. A sober person is not bewildered by such a change.
2.14.
O son of Kunti, the non-permanent appearance of happiness and distress and their disappearance in due course are like the appearance and disappearance of winter and summer season. They arise from sense perception, ocean of Bharat, and one must learn to tolerate them without being disturbed.
2.15.
O best movement, Arjuna, the person who is not disturbed by happiness and distress and is studying the both centrally eligible for liberation.
2.16.
Those who are CEOs of the tree have concluded that of the non-existent, the material body, there is no endurance, and of the eternal, the soul, there is no change. This they have concluded by studying the nature of God.
2.17 Rasarati.
That which pervades the entire body you should know to be indestructible. No one is able to destroy that imperishable soul.
2.18. You can.
The material body of the indestructible, immeasurable, and eternal living entity is sure to come to an end. Therefore, fight, O descendant of Bharata.
2.19.
Neither he who thinks the living entity the slayer, nor he who thinks it slave is a knowledge. For the self stays not nor in slave is slave.
2.20.
For the soul there is neither birth nor death at any time. He has not come into being, does not come into being, and will not come into being. Is unborn, eternal, ever existing, and renewable. Is not slain when the body is slain.
Shruti 2.21.
O Parthi, how can a person who knows that the soul is indestructible, eternal, unborn, and immutable kill anyone or cause anyone to kill? As a person puts on new garments, giving up old ones, the soul similarly accepts new material bodies, giving up the old and useless ones.
nor burned by fire, nor moistened by water, nor withered by the wind.
This individual soul is unbreakable and insoluble and can be neither watered nor dried. He is everlasting, present everywhere, unchangeable, eternal, and eternally the same. It is said that the soul is invisible, inconceivable, and immutable. Knowing this, we should not die for the body.
Dasarath.
If, however, you think that the soul or the symptoms of life will always be born and die forever, you still have no reason to lament. Oh, mighty arm!
One who has taken his birth is sure to die, and after death one is sure to take birth again. Therefore, in the unavoidable discharge of your duty, you should not lament.
All created beings are unmanifest in their beginning, manifest in their endemic state, and unmanifest again when annihilated. So, what need is verbal recognition?
Some look on the soul as amazing, some describe him as amazing, and some hear of him as amazing, while others, even after hearing about him, cannot understand him at all.
So we will enter 2.30. Thank you for reading translation. So till now we were seeing about the nature of the soul, whose soul and whose body. So what did we understand from this? What we are understanding from this? What Krishna is telling us? What Krishna is trying to tell us? We are not this body. That is the basic knowledge we are getting. From Krishna is trying to tell us, you are not this body, you are spirit soul. You are Atma. And whatever the life problems we have, will it affect our soul? Day to day life, we are facing so many problems. We are bound with so many rules and regulations. We are we will struggle to lead many problems, how to solve the problems. We have n number of problems, right, every time. So will it affect our soul, our body? It's only with our soul cannot be. Soul is eternal and he is not changed. So different characteristics we saw about the soul now, right? So difference between soul and body. First Krishna says soul is eternal. Is body eternal? Body is not eternal. It is going to destroy one day. Until we have soul in this body has some value. Otherwise this body is not having any value. It's like we know if any of our relatives die in our house, we will not even keep them inside, however it may be, right? However big close relative he may be, like let it be a father or father-in-law, mother or mother-in-law, one day we will keep, and after that we have to burn it or we have to remove. We will not keep in our house, right? So body is not having any value. Only Atma has value. And the difference between Atma and soul, Atma and body, Krishna is describing here. And he says the soul is eternal. There is, but body is temporary. Body is temporary. And soul will not have any changes. But body will change. Always new cells are created in our body. It's always changing. And the soul is indestructible. It cannot be destroyed, but body is destructible. And about the soul, Krishna also says it is immeasurable. We cannot measure. We cannot even see first. How can we measure? So we cannot. It is immeasurable, not slayer, cannot be slain, no birth, no death. It is eternal. There is no birth, no death for the soul. Only at the end of our life, when the soul decides that this body is not eligible to stay, it leaves that particular body and chooses another body based on what? Based on the karma we do in this body. If you do good activities, good karma, we have gathered good karma, then we will get better body. If it is bad karma, then we will have to suffer in the Yamaloka and then come back again to suffer more in this material world. So our current activities decides our next birth. So that is there. So, and he is unborn. He is eternal, He is always there. It's just that how we change our dresses, like that soul also changing this body. When this body is useless, he will throw this body and then he will take another body based on his previous current birth activities, current karmas. Hare Krishna. Please come. And he is ever existing, and then he is primeval, immutable, never be cut into pieces. We cannot cut the soul, and he cannot be burned, moistened, withered, and he is unbreakable, insoluble, invisible, inconceivable. So many things Krishna says about his soul. So he is like, we can understand that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. 100% we understood, right, from this slokas. And how much in our 24 hours every day, how much time we are spending to realize our soul, and what is we will have different duties, right, as a towards our body, towards our soul. So we have different duties for to perform as a soul, as a being in this body. So when we are in this body, we have different roles to play, isn't it? So what kind of roles we have? When we take birth, so as a child we have to do certain dharma to our parents, roles to play, and then then when we grow, we'll go to school. As a student, we have to do our few duties, and when after that, as a parent, as a child, when we become parent, we have to do, as a wife, we have to do certain duties. So like that, towards our body, different roles and responsibilities we understand and we will perform also. But towards our soul, we are very careless. We are not able to understand that, main purpose of living in this human. So we know that human birth is the highest birth, and in this highest birth, only we will be able to understand that we are not this body, we are spirit soul. That self-realization can happen only in this human body. Animals will not be able to think because it doesn't have the sixth sense to think. So, but what we are thinking that, we have taken birth and we will study very well so that we will get a good mark and we will get good college, we will get a good company, we will join and then we will earn more, we do business, or we will construct big buildings, we will gather more money. So we think that we are living only for that, we to gather more property, more wealth, right? But ultimate purpose of human birth is to understand that we are not this body, we are spirit soul, and we have a super soul with us. So he is Paramatma. And who is Paramatma? He is none other than Krishna, Bhagavan Krishna. So realizing him is the ultimate purpose of life. That should be our main goal. And whatever the other duties towards our body, like as a parents or children or whatever roles we have, that is secondary. Krishna is not telling Arjuna to leave his duties. Krishna is telling him to do the duty. And here, because it is, let's read this sloka, because it is conclusion sloka. So let us read, and then we will go to the practical applications that we can learn from this sloka. Dehi nityam avadyoyam, dehi nityam avadyoyam, dehe sarvasya bharata,
देहे सर्वस्य भारत
dehi nityam avadyoyam,
देहि नित्यम् अवद्योऽयम्
देहे सर्वस्य भारत,
देहे सर्वस्य भारत
तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि,
तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि
तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि
तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि,
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि,
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि
देहि नित्यम् अविद्योऽयम्,
देहि नित्यम् अवद्योऽयम्
देहे सर्वस्य भारत,
देहे सर्वस्य भारत
तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि
तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि.
न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि
Shruti, can you read sloka one time?
देहि नित्यम् अवद्योऽयम्,
देहि नित्यम् अवध्योऽयम् देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुमर्हसि. You can also read. You can see and read. You can tell one by one. देहि नित्यम् अवध्योऽयम् देहे सर्वस्य भारत तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि. மாதாஜி அவங்களே பாடு, அவங்க நல்லா படிக்கிறாங்க ஆக்சுவலாக. நாத்வம் சோச்சித்தும் அர்ஹசி. நீங்கள் ஒரு முறை பண்ணுங்க. தேஹி நித்யம் அவத்யோயம் தேஹே சர்வஸ்ய பாரத तस्मात् सर्वाणि भूतानि न त्वं शोचितुम् अर्हसि. Can we read translation?
O descendant of Maharashtra, he who dwells in the body can never be sick. Therefore, you need not drive from any living being.
Okay. So what do you understand from this?
Actually, the living is the soul, so you don't need to worry for the soul of.
He cannot be killed. Anyway, if you kill, because Arjuna is very much worried. For what reason? He doesn't want to fight. Why?
He doesn't want to kill his
Yeah, mainly his grandfather and
teachers.
mainly teacher and grandfather, because they are more than his life. So he doesn't want to kill them, and he doesn't want to kill all his kingsmen. Yeah, so that's why what he is thinking. He is thinking that if he kill them and permanently they will not be there. But actually that's why Krishna is giving him jnana about the soul. Don't worry, you are going to kill only their body. The soul, according to their karma, he will get another birth. So you are not going to destroy it. Soul cannot be killed. So you don't worry. Krishna is trying to convince Arjuna. And is Krishna is encouraging him to do whimsical activity, killing of violence? He is encouraging Arjuna to do the violence? No, this is not violence. This is authorized war. It is dharma. Yeah, it is happening in the Kurukshetra, Dharmasthala, happening for the good cause, to annihilate the miscreants. So this is authorized war. And Krishna, it doesn't mean that we can, whomever we want, we can just go and kill. And if you don't like, I don't like him, anyway soul cannot be slain, let me kill him. That is not encouraged here. So war should be, killing should be authorized, and it should be, we should get order from right person. Here Arjuna is getting order from right person, Supreme Lord Krishna. That's why it is authorized war. He can fight with full confidence that he is serving Krishna. It is this devotional service. He perfected his life by fighting for Krishna. Right? Krishna can easily kill all of them, but Krishna wants to give that credit to Arjuna because he is very dear to him. He is a devotee of Lord. Right? So we should understand that violence is not encouraged here. Krishna is not encouraging violence here. Violence, it's not only killing, it is also hurting others, right? They will get so much of pain than than getting wound in heart. If we are hurting somebody, they will get more pain. They will feel very bad, very stressed. So that should also be not encouraged. It's when a devotee is there, he will perform all his activities just for the pleasure of Krishna. That is devotional service. Like acting, that is Krishna consciousness. Acting for the pleasure of Krishna. And we think that our kids are our responsibilities. I am responsible for them. That is true only, but we think they are like whatever I think, whatever I am asking them to do, that they have to do. If they are not doing that, then that's all. Their parents will scold, parents will beat, and parents will threaten something they do, right, to like no make the kid to discipline or something. They will try to bring them under their control. That is it's like no kind of violence, I would say, that is towards their kids. And but as a devotee, what he will think is, he will not think that, oh, I am whatever I say my kid should do. He will not act in that way. He will consider that these kids are like no these kids are Krishna's kids. I am just an caretaker. I have the duty of molding them their life in Krishna consciousness. I have to give them Krishna consciousness, and I have to teach them good habits. So when they are against me, I have to find the way how we can make them understand. It's not that we can it's like no we can rule them. That is not encouraged as a Krishna consciousness. And yeah, so let's read the purport, we will understand more. So here this is concluding sloka in 4 points. Krishna will Prabhupada will explain in 4 points what Krishna is trying to tell us from 2.11 to 2.30. So please read.
The Lord now concludes the chapter of instruction on the immutable spirit soul. In describing the immortal soul in various ways, Lord Krishna established that the soul is immortal and the body is temporary.
So first lesson he is trying to tell us is that we are not this body, we are spirit soul, and body is temporary, our soul is eternal. This is one thing.
Therefore, Arjuna as a Kshatriya should not abandon his duty out of fear that his grandfather and teacher Bhishma and Drona will die back.
Yeah. So as a practical application, Arjuna what he is getting from this sloka till now, that he should not, anyway soul cannot be killed, soul is eternal, and he should do his duty. He is a Kshatriya. We have 4 ashramas and 4 varnas. So he is part in varnas, he is a Kshatriya. First is Brahmana, Kshatriya, Vaishya, and then Shudra. Arjuna belongs to Kshatriya family. Kshatriya what they will do? They will protect citizens. They will fight and then protect citizens from anything bad. If it's going to happen, they will protect kids, citizens. So his duty is to protect, his duty is to fight for the dharma. So he has to do his duty, and he should not neglect his duty just that he is going to kill his grandfather or his teacher.
On the authority of Shri Krishna, one has to believe that there is a soul different from the material body, not that there is no such thing as soul, or that living symptoms develop at a certain stage of material maturity resulting from the interaction of chemicals. Though the soul is immortal, violence is not encouraged, but at the time of birth it is not discouraged. When there is actual need for it, that need must be justified in terms of the sanction of the Lord and not capricious.
So this violence, here again Krishna is not encouraging the violence, as I informed already. So it's like no in nowadays people will kill animals and eat. So that is greatest violence. That is not encouraged by Krishna. That violence should not be done. Killing, because anyway soul cannot be killed. Let me kill whichever animal I want, I will eat. So that is not encouraged. That will give bad karma to us, which is like no. It is said that if we kill animal and eat, and then when that animal should do activities to good activities to get the human birth, and then this person who killed that animal, he has to do some bad like low karma or something, where he can get animal when he can become an animal, and then the man should kill this animal, and till then this karma will continue. So it's like when we kill a animal, that animal should kill us back. Till then this karma will continue, which is not good, which is not good for us. And this is like our repeated birth and death cycle will be there. Repeated cycle of birth and death should be stopped. Then only we can enter the abode of the Lord. This is temporary world. Material, this world is temporary, it is not permanent. We are eternal. Eternal entity should be there in the eternal world. Our God's Goloka Vrindavana, it is eternal. So when we will become eligible to go there, when we are doing the activities which will stop our cycle of birth and death. That cycle of birth and death can be stopped by doing our duty related to our soul. Okay. So whatever activities we perform, we will do it in Krishna consciousness for the pleasure of Krishna, for Krishna, not for my pleasure, not for me, my happiness I am doing. So when I do it for the pleasure of Krishna and he is there as a Paramatma in our heart, when he is there as a Paramatma in our heart, then he is pleased, then ultimately that we can come out of this. This can be our last birth. Illappa. So when we say duties towards our soul, so our we have 4 sampradayas. We have 4 sampradayas. So duties towards the soul, that means that performing some activities are activities where we will realize that we are not this body, we are spirit soul, realizing Atma. So that can be done in different yoga system. Krishna explains in different yogas, karma yoga, jnana yoga, ashtanga yoga, and then bhakti yoga. So in this 4 yogas, bhakti yoga is topmost, and this is the simplest one and easiest one. So this bhakti yoga should be performed under authorized sampradaya. So we have 4 sampradayas. We already know this, So Shri Sampradayam. Shri Sampradayam came from Ramanujacharya, and then that's from Lakshmi Devi, from Lord's consort. So Lakshmi Devi and Acharya is Ramanujacharya, and Sampradaya name is Shri Sampradaya. And then we have Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradayam, which came from Lord Brahma. Brahma took birth from where? Vishnu's navel. He is directly came from Lord. So he gave from him the Sampradaya, Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya starts, and Madhvacharya as the Acharya name. And we all, ISKCON belongs to Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya. And then we have a Kumara Sampradaya. We have 4 Kumaras who are also sons of Brahma. So from them Kumara Sampradaya came, and then we have from Shiva Rudra Sampradaya came. So these 2 Sampradayas is not prominent now, but we have Shri Sampradaya and Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya spread over the world, all over the world. So we belong to Brahma Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradayam. So our Acharyas recommends, and we have a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is none other than Krishna. He is none other than Krishna, and he came in this Kali Yuga to spread the holy names, to give us the holy name. For this yuga, we have 4 yugas: Satya, Treta, Dwapara, Kali. For each yuga, there is different process to follow to attain the Supreme Lord. To understand that we are not this body, we are spirit soul, we are part of the Lord, we have to go back there. That is our eternal abode. So that realization, to happen that, there were different process in each yuga. In Satya Yuga, they were doing meditation. They lived minimum 1 lakh years, and they were doing so many thousands of meditation to achieve the perfection, and then they were able to achieve. And then in the Treta Yuga, they were doing different yajnas, Ashwamedha yajna. We have to spend crores together for that. So they were doing yajnas and praying to the Lord for the perfection. And then the next yuga is Dwapara Yuga. They were constructing big temples, and they were doing Archana Vigraha. They were performing for the deities. So that happened. And in Kali Yuga, all 3 processes very difficult. We cannot sit for 5 minutes to control our mind. It is very difficult to control the mind. And then next process of constructing big temple is not possible. Doing Archana or Yajnas are very, very difficult. We don't have qualified Brahmanas. We don't have enough money to spend on that. So knowing all this, and it is all the good things are degraded in this Kali Yuga. So knowing this, mercifully, Krishna came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and he has provided the Yuga Dharma of chanting the holy name of the Lord. Chanting the holy name of the Lord. Which, so in that is specific to Harer Nama, Harer Nama, Harer Namaiva Kevalam, Kalau Nastaiva Nastaiva Gadiranyata. Chanting the holy name of the Lord is the only way to perfect our life in this Kali Yuga. So chanting is the main purpose of our life. That is our main duty towards soul. So we understood that by chanting the holy name we can achieve perfection. Okay. I mean, immediately one person will come and do chanting. They say, ask us to chant. Okay, we will chant. After, we should need the knowledge, right? And our senses should be controlled. Our senses will, even then mind will trouble us. So we should know the importance of chanting. Then we will be able to control our mind, and we will. And it also needs, senses requires engagement. So, example, I have Ambarish Maharaj. There was a king. In this story is from this pastime is from Bhagavatam. So Ambarish Maharaj is a great devotee of Lord Krishna, and he is a great king. See, like us, we are also performing different duties, right? We are working, we are not. So here Prabhupada is not asking us to leave everything. Our Krishna is not telling in Bhagavad Gita, leave everything and sit and chant only. You do your duty perfectly, offer that result unto me. Think that you are doing that activities for me and surrender unto me. Whatever problem comes, you surrender unto me. I am there to protect you, and chant the holy names. So what we have to so we have to get knowledge. So I don't know where I stuck. Ambarish Maharaj, yes. So Ambarish Maharaj, he was also king. He was not leaving everything and doing the chanting. He was a king, and he was engaging all his senses in the service of the Lord, and he used his wealth also in the service of the Lord. He was earning, he was a king. And how he engaged his senses? He engaged his leg walking towards the temple, and he engaged his hands to clean the altar, clean the temple, and he was using his eyes to see the beautiful form of the Lord. He was using his nose to smell the beautiful of his flowers. Boring. So flowers, he was using his nose to smell the flowers of the Lord, and he was using his mouth to taste the prasadam, nice prasadam. So he engaged his senses in the service of the Lord to perfect his life. And when there is a problem happened for him, and directly Sudarshan Chakra came. That we will see some other day. So like that, we should also engage our activities in the service of the Lord. We have different devotional service to perform. Like every Sunday we can come to temple, we can participate in the Aarti. If possible, we will do some services. And main service for this month is Kartik month. Today it is starting. So today it is starting, and we can if we offer ghee lamp to Yashoda Damodar, it is very auspicious. It gives 1,000 times spiritual benefit. So every day, please have Yashoda Damodar picture at home, and you can show to your Radha Krishna also. If you have any Krishna picture, please show ghee lamp and sing Damodar Ashtakam. That is biggest devotional service at this month. And so please come to temple every Sunday and attend Aarti, eat prasadam, and gain the knowledge. When we have the knowledge, then we will be able to be fixed and understand the value of spiritual life, and then we can chant perfectly. So we should need So first thing is to gain the knowledge, and Prabhupada also given us 4 regulative principles to follow, because we are in different modes. We have 3 modes. What are the modes we have? Goodness, passion, ignorance. Satvika gunam, apro rajo gunam, and then tamo gunam. Tamo gunam, rajo gunam is not favorable for bhakti. Tamo gunam will always make us weak, will give more negative thoughts. More negative thoughts, will be lazy. Those are symptoms of tamo gunam. And then rajo gunam. This rajo gunam will be always angry, in angry mood. We don't like anybody. We will not like to make friends. So we will not. So those are symptoms of rajo gunam. And then satvika gunam. In satvika guna, we will be able to. It is very favorable for devotional service. we will be able to understand that yes, I have to give, I am not this body, I am spirit soul, I should chant my rounds nicely, and I should be serious about my spiritual life. So that favorable mind will come when we are in Satvika Guna. So to improve our Satvika Guna, we need this 4 regulative principles very strictly we should follow. No meat eating. If we kill animal and eat, how can we get mercy? We will not have Rajo, it will increase our Rajo Guna. So we should not eat animals. No meat eating, no gambling. Gambling will increase our anxiety so much of Rajogunam. Share market or anywhere where we will get so much anxiety, we should avoid those things. The simple living, high thinking solvangalla. We should be happy with whatever is our quota, whatever Krishna is giving as our quota, we should be happy with that. We'll learn to live a simple life, not having too much of expectations. Right, we should not compare with others' life and then feel bad about our oh why not me, why I am not having, I should also try like him. That is not encouraged for spiritual advancement. If we want to progress in spiritual advancement, simple living, high thinking, and then so no gambling, no illicit sex. Next is illicit sex. So only husband and wife, this sex life is allowed. Otherwise, we should not mental or whatever, that should be avoided. That is not good for our spiritual life, and that will again Rajogunam and Tamasic Gunam. So no meat eating, no gambling, no illicit sex, no intoxication. So this intoxication, we will forget ourselves, where we are, who we are. That is not allowed. That is definitely we are not doing, but then that is not allowed, because that is not favorable. And so when we follow these 4 regulative principles, this will increase our Sattvic Gunam. Definitely Bhakti Yoga is beyond the modes. And the 3 குணங்களுக்கு மேற்பட்டவர் தான் வந்துட்டு பக்தி யோகம். பட் ஆனால் சாத்விகம் குணம் வந்துட்டு it is very favorable. It is very favorable. So that's why we should follow 4 regulative principles and try to chant 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Maha Mantra every day. So you can start 1 round. Start with 1 round of Hare Krishna mantra. Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Daily 1 or 2 times with full concentration. And favorable time for chanting is morning. Please just in the morning itself you can take bath, sit 10-15 minutes. And we have from Study Gita, we have a japa session every day from 6 to 8 p.m. Sorry, 8 a.m. morning. Evening we have 6 p.m. So you can join and chant with the devotees. So next, chant with devotees, that will increase your concentration. So when we are chanting, it does 2 things, Kleshagni and Subhada. It removes all bad association or bad thoughts in my mind, in our mind. So whatever bad people, bad signs of thoughts, mind, everything will vanish, and then we will get Kleshagni and Subhada. All good activities, good thoughts will come to us, and good people will join us. Good things will happen to us. That is the power of holy name. It is it will, by default it will happen. We have to just chant, that's it. And here it is also mentioned in the scriptures that we have 9 processes of devotional service. This devotional service, whatever we feel comfortable, we can take and enjoy. And why we have to perform devotional service? Because our senses should be engaged. If we are not engaging our senses in the right place, it will go to wrong place. So our senses should be engaged. If we are not here in Sunday in temple, what we will be thinking, what we were doing, we will be going to some movies or beach, or maybe we are watching TV. So those things definitely not good for us, no. So senses should be engaged, and for that we have 9 processes of devotional service. So we will see a few minutes about the 9 processes of devotional service. So first is Shravanam. Yes. Shravanam is hearing about the Lord. For this, the example is Parikshit Maharaj. He was also a king, son of Abhimanyu, son of Arjuna. So Parikshit Maharaj, he heard Srimad Bhagavatam from whom? Sukhadev Goswami. So we should also try to listen lectures from our Guru. We should, so we know, like, we should follow the parampara, and parampara is nothing but we will have a Guru, and our Guru will have a Guru, and that Guru will have another Guru. So we have a parampara. So we should gain knowledge. Why we need Guru? To get knowledge, right? We have to get knowledge from proper parampara. So Guru gives us knowledge. So we, as much as possible, we should take the shelter of the Guru. And in ISKCON, we have Prabhupada. Prabhupada is not there, but Prabhupada lectures, at least 2 we should listen every week, at least 2. And we have Guru Maharaj lectures, our Guru Maharaj, Jayapataka Swami Guru Maharaj. So he is struggling so much and giving lectures every day. So at least we will make sure to give at least listen to him 2 days. Apart from that, we have also Bhanu Maharaj. Bhanu Maharaj stays in this temple. He gives Srimad Bhagavatam class every day 8 a.m. morning 8 a.m. So his classes are amazing. So we should utilize, we should use this, take this advantage and try to gain more knowledge. So that why we need knowledge, then only we will be able to be fixed in our devotional service. So that pure thought will increase in us. We will understand the purpose of life. Otherwise, we will think that, oh, earning money is more important than these things. So Shravanam, and then we have Kirtanam. Sukhadev Goswami talking about the Lord. This we can say preaching. We can also preach to our friends. If you feel that this helped you, the Bhakti Yoga process is helping you, then you should try to help your friends also, friends and relatives. So Sukhadev Goswami, out of his mercy, he gave that knowledge to Parikshit. That is why we are also got Bhagavatam. Otherwise it was not possible. So he is so merciful, and we should also learn to be merciful to others, like friends and relatives. Bring them to temple, give them prasadam, give them chanting, glories of the chanting. And then we have remembering, like Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj is son of Hiranyakashipu. He was always remembering about the Lord. That is how he perfected his life. We know how Narsinghadev protected him, right? So remembrance about, so we can also think, whatever happens in my life, I will not forget Krishna. And whatever problem is happening in my life, that is just because of my bad deeds. Krishna if I surrender to Krishna, Krishna is there to help me and guide me how to come out of that problem. That belief and conviction we should have. It is not that, oh, when I practice devotional service, when I start chanting, I will not have problems in my life. It's not like that. I mean to say, it's not like that. We may get more problems also to Krishna may test us. So how we are going to face it? That knowledge Krishna gives. In Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam is there. Bhagavatam is full of devotees, life, like it's like no case study. We have many devotees who suffered so much, and how they were holding the hands of Krishna, holding the legs of Krishna to come out of the problem. So that we have to understand and then follow them. And next is Pada Sevanam. Who does Pada Sevanam? Any example? No. Lakshmi Devi. Lakshmi Devi does Pada Sevanam to Lord Vishnu every time. And then like that, we can do Pada Sevana to the Lord. At least mind-wise, we cannot go and touch Krishna at the altar, no. So we can do mentally. We can pay our obeisance. It is said that when we see the deities, first we should see the lotus feet of the Lord, and we should surrender there. We should hold his legs. Krishna, please protect me. Please keep me under your shelter always. And next we have Archanam. Like here in our temple, we have many opportunities. Like no, we can cook for Krishna, we can engage like flower service, and Archana we do inside the also that Archanam also, like no, different festivals we can sponsor for the Archana of the Lord, flower Archana also they do. So, and then we have praying, like Akrura prayed to Krishna. So prayer is very important. Every day we should surrender to the Lord. The moment I get up, Krishna, whatever I do it today, kindly make me to perform the activities that you like to do, that you want me to do. Give me guidance. So that kind of prayers we should always have at the lotus feet of the Lord. And then Dasyam. Who is example for Dasyam? Any Hanuman. He was very satisfied by serving the Lord Rama. So that Dasyam, it is said that like no, we should always have that attitude of servant attitude towards the Lord. I am your servant. So make me again like no, make me do the things or act the way you want, not on my own way. If I act on my own way, what will happen? I will again gather karma and then come again to this world by birth and death, and then I will suffer more. So please accept me as your servant. And then Sakyam, like Arjuna. Sometimes no, we can become friend with Krishna also. So that is one of the process of devotional service. And then Atma Nivedanam, who surrendered completely at the lotus feet of the Lord. Kunti Devi, yes. Vamana Dev. At the lotus feet of Vamana Dev, who surrendered Bali Maharaj. Bali Maharaj offered everything to Vamana Dev, and Lord kept his leg on his head and he surrendered himself to the Lord. So at that time of surrender we should have at the lotus feet of the Lord. These all different kinds of devotional service we can do for the Lord, that is good, but this will happen only when I have the association of devotees. If I don't have devotees association, if my friend is not devotee, how will I get the taste on the holy name, chanting the holy name, or taste of serving the Lord? I should choose my friend accordingly. If I wanted to progress, it is Krishna gives free will. Krishna gives free will. He won't like no stress. He won't force us. Hey, you should pray me. You should always surrender to me. He will not ask. He will give us choice. Right, we have, because he respects free will and he gives us free will. That is one drawback I would say. So we have the free will, that we have to understand, and that free will if I am misusing, then it is not possible for me to perfect my life. But if I wanted to like live the meaningful life, then I should use this free will accordingly. I should choose my friend and our association who will help me to progress in spiritual life. For example, we have Bhakta Bhagavad Maharaj. He came a few months back and he told us, even your devotee friend is not favorable to you. Even your devotee friends always fights with you or finds faults with you, better be with him only. Then non-devotees who is very favorable, always pampering you. Then him, fighting devotee friend is good. Why? When you are in the deathbed, this that's non-devotee who is very pampering person, who was pampering you, he will come and cry only. Oh, you don't go, please, don't leave me, don't leave me. But this devotee friend who always finds fault with you, he will come and tell, oh, you don't waste your life now, you better remember the Lord, chant you. He will chant for you. He will chant for you, and in that case what will happen? You will go back to Krishna and you will totally come out of this birth and death. So which one you want? So like that, Maharaj was telling us the importance of the association. We have to be very careful that we are associating with good people. And if we wanted to progress in devotional service, then devotees association is very, very important. Devotees association is very, very important. I have a small story on this. My time is I have time. So I have a story again from Purana to understand the value of Vaishnava association. So there was, we know Narada, right? Narada we know, yes, he always stands, what he will stand always? Narayana, Narayana. He always stands the holy name of Narayana. So he is very good, he is like topmost devotee, one of the topmost devotee of the Lord. He had this doubt, what is the benefit we will gain when we have the association of Vaishnava? So he thought, okay, better person is to ask Lord Vishnu only, let me go there and ask. He went and asked Lord Vishnu, can you please explain or tell me what is the value of Vaishnava association? And then Lord was laying down on the Sheshanaga, and then Lakshmi ji was doing Pada Sevanam at the lotus feet of the Lord. And he said to Narada, yes, definitely I will tell you. Before that, can you see that village in the earth, on the earth? So there you go and see, you will find a worm crawling. You ask this question to that worm, then you may get you may get answer. Wait, Anish, please, Anish. You may get answer. So then Narada was like, okay, sure, Lord, I will go and check. And then he went to that village and he checked, asked this question to that worm. This worm looked at him like this and crawled and died. He was like, what? I asked this question and he died. He couldn't believe it. He came back to Lord Vishnu and said this, and Vishnu also smiled, and he was worried. This I didn't expect. I thought this is a good question to ask, and Vaishnava association, I just asked this question, he died. And he was, okay, what to do now? And then Lord Vishnu said, you can see there is a cow. There is a cow and it is about to give birth to calf. You just go and ask this question to that calf. And he is again worried. What if this calf will die? I don't want to get this biggest sin. It is intolerable for me to kill a calf. And still he did it because whatever Lord says, there must be some reason. So he understood that and he went and asked that question to calf, and then calf also. So he saw this, he saw Narada, and then he died immediately. And he was worried so much. This I didn't expect, Lord, why it happened? I don't want to do it again. You please tell me the answer, I will move away. He was worried so much now. And again Lord said, don't worry, there is a king and his wife has given a birth to first child. Now only you go and ask that child, then you will understand, you will get the answer. And again Narada was worried so much. King's first child, should I get the trouble again? If he dies, I will mother sapam, that curse I don't want. He is worried again now, but still he is doing because Lord wants him to do. He went to that child and he asked this question too, with lots of fear in his heart, and he asked this question to that child, and the child said, the child is talking now. He said, because you are a greatest Vaishnava, because I had your association, the movement association, when I was a worm, I got the highest birth of taking a calf birth because I had your association. And after that, when you came and gave your association when I was a calf, immediately I died and took this highest form of human life. So in this life, definitely I will progress in my spiritual life, and then I will attain the abode of the Lord. So that is the value of Vaishnava association. So when we have Vaishnava association, definitely we will be able to achieve the perfection of life, that is pure devotional service to the Lord and go back to Krishna. So that's the conclusion of our today's sloka. So Vaishnava association is very important, and choosing our friend is very, very important. Thank you so much for the opportunity. And because we are talking about Vaishnava, so we will sing a song, Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakura. Okay. So you can open KK songs, Oh Hey Vaishnava Thakura song. Deepa, you know to sing this song? Okay, we both sing. You sing, we will repeat. Huh? Nitya, she is going to sing. Come. No. No. Okay, sure. I will read first paragraph and we'll continue with Shruti. We will read one paragraph only. So we will read translation first, and with that meditation we will sing the song. O venerable Vaishnava, devotee of Krishna, O ocean of mercy, be merciful unto your servant. Give me the shade of your lotus feet and purify me. I hold on to your lotus feet.
Teach me to control my 6 passions, rectify my 6 faults, bestow upon me the 6 qualities, and offer unto me the 6 kinds of holy associations.
I do not find strength to carry on alone the Sankirtana of the holy name of Hari. Please bless me by giving me just one drop of faith with which to obtain the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna.
Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me. I am simply your servant running behind you, shouting, Krishna, Krishna.
The next paragraph also we will read, Nitya.
The 6 passions are those pertaining to birds, the mind, anger, tongue, the stomach, and the genitals. The 6 faults are overeating, attachment to material things, inability to follow regulated principles, self-gratification, useless idle thoughts, and impure habits. The 6 positive qualities are enthusiasm in practicing devotional service, firm faith in devotional processes, a strong desire to attain Devamurti, a favorable service attitude, avoidance of non-devotees, and appreciation of the company of devotees. The 6 methods of association are to go to an assembly of devotees, to invite devotees into one's home, to discuss and hear devotional topics, to take the Mahaprasad of devotees, and to offer Mahaprasad to devotees. This song can be sung in Raga.
O he Vaishnava Thakura, Doyaro Sagara, Edase Koruna Kori. Liya pada chaya, shoda hai amaya, tumhara charana dori. Om Shravata Kura, Doyara Sagara, Edase Karuna Kori.
Chaya dasha shadi, chaya guna deho dase.
ঠাকুরা দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুরা দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি একাকী আমার নাহি পায়া বাল হরি নাম সংকীর্তনে একাকী আমার নাহি পায়া বাল হরি নাম সংকীর্তনে তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধানে তুমি কৃপা করি শ্রদ্ধা বিন্দু দিয়া দেহ কৃষ্ণ নাম ধানে ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুরা দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুরা দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি কৃষ্ণ সে তোমারা কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে কৃষ্ণ সে তোমারা কৃষ্ণ দিতে পারো তোমার শক্তি আছে আমি তো কঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তাবা পাশে পাশে আমি তো কঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তাবা পাশে পাশে আমি তো কঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তাবা পাশে পাশে আমি তো কঙ্গাল কৃষ্ণ কৃষ্ণ বলি ধাই তাবা পাশে পাশে ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুরা দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুরা দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুরা দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি ওহে বৈষ্ণব ঠাকুরা দয়ার সাগর এ দাসে করুণা করি
So you can ask any questions if you have.
You can stop the recording.